Who is interested? First, I would like to note to the author that I am just starting to watch your video, but I know what it is about, and this video is only about one of the two sub-ethnic groups of our people known since the 19th century thanks to the Georgian academic world as Ossetia and Ossetians/N/Ka. This story, this past, is only about the sub-ethnic group of our Irida, Asata people, or Os Alans, as our people are sometimes referred to in well-known, academic, official chronicles, about the sub-ethnic group, Asata or Asof, a variant of the Kyrgyz language, Georgian since the 19th century, from the chronicles of a certain court people of our second sub-ethnic group, Irida, which was the titular people before the occupation by the first Proto-Georgian formation of the 16th century, Safavid Jayurgistan, Irida lands of eastern Transcaucasia, the court people of the titular people/sub-ethnic group Irida of our people, eastern Transcaucasia and the ancient kingdoms, respectively, from the 19th century, which are considered the heritage and past of the Georgian people, and not those who were actually the titular people of the ancient kingdoms of eastern Transcaucasia, IR equals IUIR or in other languages, IRETI equals, Foraria equals Foiria equals Iberia, a people who were deported by the first Proto-Georgian formation in eastern Transcaucasia, the occupying Safavid Jayurgistan. So, the exonym that came to our Ossetian people in the 19th century from Georgia, Gurgistan, it would be more accurate to say to the Irida Asata people, the people of two sub-ethnic groups of a single nation, is, Ossetia/Ossetians/N/Ka belongs only to a part of our people, namely those who were crushed by the Mongols in western Alania. There was also eastern Alania, according to some chronicles, and it was located not in the northern Caucasus, but in the eastern Transcaucasus, belongs to those who, in our modern nation, make up, after the destruction by the Lame Timur, Leng, at the end of the 14th century and, unfortunately, only about 7%, and their historical ethnonym was Osi/Asy/Yasi, now Azondiguran or Diggers equals the same newcomers to our second sub-ethnic group, to the locals, whom the incomplete academic community decided to call not as they actually were historically, based on academic chronicles, that is, Midianites, Persian exonym, or Aryans of the real Proto-Caucasian Aryana equals Irana, but Kobans. So, the Asir/Asir or historical Scythians, the Asir and the Scythians, came to part of Aryana in the 8th to 7th centuries BC, and this part of Aryana was named after the Scythians of the Asir as Caucasia. Translation of Kau has a settlement, and the historical toponym of the homeland of the Azes equals Osis, Asia. It is from the Scythians of the Azes that we know today the toponym Caucasus, _NU, the author, call us not autochthonous, which does not add up. The Scyths came, that is, the Azes or Kaz in such an ancient time for the region. According to Herodotus, this was 8 to 7 centuries before our era, when there was no one else in the region apart from our second sub-region, Irida equals IROV, that is, Aryans. So today, due to the strange convergence of the results of the Caucasus War, in which the Russian Empire was against all the Caucasian peoples, together with its creation, Georgia, with the Safavid province and two Ottoman-occupied Zionist provinces in the Transcaucasus, known only since the 16th century, that the heritage of the Irida people before the 16th century, before the appearance of the Proto-Georgian formation in the region, Jayurgistan, was transferred to the Georgians by a defective, underdeveloped academic community. What motivated us after the Caucasus War, based on the results, the Irida people, the Georgians, and our other neighbors to consider the Irida people of the south and north as guests or occupiers of some Georgian lands in the eastern Caucasus when, according to academic official chronicles, the opposite is true, the formation of 16th century Georgia in the eastern Caucasus, Safavid Jayurgistan was the occupier of the Irida, Aridinsky, lands of the eastern Caucasus, as a result of which the prototype of Georgia was formed. Gurgistan sent practically the entire Irida people, from 200 to 400,000, from such kingdoms that were the successors of the ancient kingdoms of the eastern Caucasus, IR equals IUIR, which, after the invasion of the Seljuks of Alp Arslan in 1068, were named in the 12th century, Aryan Kartli, later known to all as Kart al-Iniya, and the monoethnic kingdom of Irida, or, if we take the exthnonym of the Russian Empire, Irida of the people/subethnic group of one of our two peoples, the Aridan people of the monoethnic kingdom of Kakiti equals Kakran, that is, Proto-Gruzia, Jurgistan not only occupied and evicted the vast majority of our people. The Irida equals Aratinsi, from the eastern Caucasus in the 16th to 18th centuries. In the 19th century, with the help of the Russian Empire, it began to call US guests in our own homelands in the eastern Caucasus. Learn your lesson, face with tears of joy the real history/past of not so long ago. I won't be your guru, use your own head and get busy.